This is a great week to follow college football. Obviously, with this game, I thought we had a very good practice yesterday. Hopefully, we can follow that up today with our preparation. Our seniors have done a tremendous job of really the focus and the things that we need to do as a team and being the leaders out there. And so it's been good so far this week, and we just got a lot of work ahead of us.
You said the focus has been good pretty much all year. Has it gone to another level, though, can you sense this week?
I think there's been a lot of consistency, which is what we want to have on a weekly basis. I can't tell you if it's up more, but I think there's I think they understand how fun this game is.
You talked about that, wanting them to have fun. Do you feel like they're focused on the fun and the opportunity and not the pressure and the stakes and all that?
Yeah, I think, the consistency that we've had week to week. Larry, I think that, the intensity of it and doing all those things has been good. And so I think they've been pretty focused on it.
Not tight.
This group doesn't get tight very often.
Injury-wise, does Vince look okay?
Yeah.
Brendan Byer.
Byer is the only guy that we're dealing with, to be honest with you. Where he's at, probably won't play.
What about Barnum? Is he back?
He's better than he's been.
You talked about conversations you've had with Bo Schembechler in the past. Do you remember any conversations you had with him about this game specifically, and what did you guys talk about?
Just probably the normal stuff. And then when he would talk to the team, it was always pretty special.
Are you going to think about talking to the team Thursday or Friday?
No.
You?
I'll talk to him. I talk to him every day. I get tired of that probably, but no, we'll pretty much handle everything as normal.
What stands out the most that makes you respect what Braxton Miller can do on a good day?
Well, he can make plays. I mean, he's just flat out a playmaker. Either, if he's going back in the play action or whatever it might be, drop back out of a gun, or if he's running the speed option or the quarterback draw or the quarterback ISO. I mean, he's a tremendous athlete. He's, a rather big guy. That's and he's got great feet.
Al spoke yesterday about Denard being a little more willing to move out of the pocket when he's not seeing somebody. Have you seen that as an area where maybe he's developed?
I think he's taken some of the pressure off himself a little bit, and I think Al's done a good job of, option 1 or 2 aren't there. Your third option, those feet you have and your speed, it's a good thing to use those instead of throwing the ball up or making a poor decision.
There's been a lot of talk about how well your defense has improved over performances in the past. Have they exceeded your expectations when you look at the numbers? They're really vast improvement from last year, obviously.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really look at the numbers too much. I always look at opponent numbers. But, I just think the kids, 'cause I don't know, we didn't come in with expectations, but playing Michigan defense, and whether you put a number on that or anything else, and really teaching and the fundamentals and the mentality that we want to play defense with. I mean, that's kind of the expectations that we had.
What do you think of Ohio State's defensive numbers? Al said yesterday it could be the best defense.
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, you see how active they are. Simon and Hankins is the second leading tackler on their team, and he plays nose tackle. That's a guy making plays. Simon, I love watching him. We followed him so much with like opponents that it's been fun watching their defense and how hard they play. And they play as a group. I think they will be in my opinion, the stiffest test we've had.
People talk about teams peaking at the right time. Are you peaking, or is this just a matter of you guys playing consistently for 4 quarters?
I think all 3 phases consistently playing together for 4 quarters. If it's peaking, I don't know. I just think last week we played in all 3 phases together and really complemented each other.
You talk about, Brady, you talk about the offensive line's growth ever since Fitz kind of took over and since Denard had more time in the pocket.
Well, I think, David Molk has done a tremendous job, as a senior in there, and Hughie. I think both those guys, their expectations, and when we really have the 6 guys that we've kind of counted on and leaned on a little bit, they've done a nice job together, working together, and I think there's a good familiarity for each other.
Are they grading out better on film? Has their play, improved?
I think you may have 4 guys grade out better and 1 guy not as well as we'd like. We need to be more consistent there.
What exactly is Byron issue? Is he going to be done for the year? Is it possible?
Not sure yet.
Do you expect Schofield to start the left guard?
Well, he's practicing, so I think him and Rick together, either one. We'll start somebody there.
Just not you.
Thank goodness.
You've mentioned in the past about having not being the soundest sleeper. How well do you sleep before this game? And is there anything on the morning of this game that you do any differently than any other?
No. To answer the first question, it's, about the normal, as far as that goes. But, no, I'll do the same thing I always do on Saturday morning at home.
Is this week what you thought it would be as the head coach? You've been the assistant coach before, but is it any different?
It's not any different. You're trying to develop kids, and and you guys probably think I'm full of it, but the life lessons that they learn from this great game, weekly. I probably have more meetings with guys than you did as a assistant coach. When you look at, something happens to a guy's friend or whatever might be that with 115 guys. There's a lot of that's the biggest difference, But I get to coach nose tackles in there and meet with them every day and watch film and do that stuff. I have fun.
Denard said that he gets pretty excitable before games, and sometimes too excitable. How do you calm Denard down before a game like
Well,
this?
You'd rather tame a bucking bronco than try to motivate a lame mare. So it really, he's excited. He loves to play, loves to compete, and you just kind of talk to him. That's all, and make sure he understands that he doesn't have to do it all. Do everything within the framework of what the offense is asking you.
Brady, this might seem like an odd question, but why do you always wear short sleeves? If it snows, will you wear short sleeves?
I'm sure. I always have. Practice, games. I'd like to wear shorts if they'd let me. But, I honestly don't get cold. I have a lot of insulation, and so I don't get cold.
Do you not believe in heaters on the sideline?
I don't know. If they had heaters on the sideline, they'd have built them into the sideline, right?
You obviously weren't here for the senior class for the duration of their career here. How meaningful is this Saturday, obviously capping a very productive season for that group? You talk a lot about the seniors always.
Well, Angelique, it really is, I'm proud of them. Proud of how they've, the whole new staff and doing this at 2 other schools. This group has really done a nice job of, number one, them staying together as a class, and I think there's a great deal of respect they have for each other. And so the question is it a special class? Yeah, it is, because they've done a tremendous job on a daily basis. There's been a lot of consistency with how they've approached everything that we've done.
I know you're not being sentimental about this Michigan-Ohio State game on Saturday, but for this class specifically, talking about their legacy,
Sure.
you know, not being in Michigan State, is this a little bit? Are you feeling a little bit more for this game for those guys?
Probably. I probably am, but you know, yeah, probably. I mean, you know, they're a group of great kids
What is this
who have
game-
been through a lot.
What does this game mean to a Michigan football player's legacy?
Well, I think it's always an important one because I think that's the first thing when you go to a reunion or something. You know, what year did you graduate? Did you beat Ohio?
What does it say to you that, you know, before you even got here, the seniors got the group together and said, hey, whoever's the coach, we've got to stick together? You know,
Well, I think that was the direction they wanted to go, and I think them choosing that option together, you know, just tells you about that was a pretty close-knit group.
The short sleeve shorts thing, is that you trying to show toughness throughout elements in some
I-
way? Is there like a message you're trying to show through that? Or?
Look, I have a hard time putting a coat and tie on. I don't really enjoy doing that. It's has nothing to do with anything, but I'm comfortable in what I'm coaching in.
You've been away from the rivalry for a couple of years now. Now that you're in the thick of the week, is it how you remember it? I mean, what? Is it,
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. This is a fun week because, you know, you wish Saturday was here because it's fun.
Is it all weird playing it after Thanksgiving? Does it change the?
You know, it's different, you know, and, you know, the one thing I don't like about it is your kids don't have a chance to go home and be with their loved ones, and especially when you're playing away on that 12th game. You know, we'll have a good amount of people here for Thanksgiving.
Because it comes at the very end of the season, would you say you know more about this opponent going in than any other maybe throughout the year?
Probably. I would think that's right. I mean, you've got more film. You have more information that's out there that you look into. So I would say it's probably true.
But there's probably no statistic that says it, but knowing the rivalry, do you think it's going to be won on the ground?
Always. Always. How you play up front on both sides of the ball. I mean, that, you know, and I told the kids, they get tired of listening to me about it, but, you know, it's like that in every game, to be honest with you. You know, you've got to, and when you have the opportunities, there's 6 to 8 times in that game that you have to make a play. Well, you've got to be prepared, number one, to make the play.
Do you think this is yours or your staff's best coaching job that you guys have done?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we're just coaching. I mean, I don't judge it like that.
Last two back here, Chris.
Last time
Chris.
we talked to Bo, he said he did something to prepare for Ohio State every day. Do you do something to prepare for Ohio State every day?
Well, I to some degree we do because they're always in our thoughts and we talk about them every day. But, you know, from a physical nature, and Bo, because he mimicked them offensively and defensively, they were doing something every day.
Last one, Angelique.
Can I squeeze in two?
Go ahead.
Do you have any comment on Pelini's comment Monday about defensive players faking injuries?
You know, Justin told me that's ridiculous. We wouldn't do that. Kovacs, come on. Us?
I'm not. Pelini said I'm not. I'm not accusing.
You got a second one?
Yeah, my second one is player said the SEALs. You had the SEALs come last week, team meeting. What did you want them to take from that?
I wanted them to take from that was the lessons that we've talked about: team, accountability, competition, and it was also a way for us, what we've done, to honor them for their service and everything that they do. And it was special.